And well, we are finally in the draft. It's gonna be Fab5 versus my carry. Can't be this Kawaii. For all those who didn't know it yet, we are of course our HeflaTV. I'm Coucher. I am joined by the awesome Whiplash. And well, into this draft, do you have any favorites actually?
I've probably casted Fab5 before in the past, but it's been a bit. The way I've seen Kawaii play over the last few games, they played okay, but they did make mistakes here and there. But honestly, I can't really give a clear favorite here because I just don't know enough about Fab5.
I think it should be rather even. At least, I mean, I haven't seen them even go up against the same teams. Not to say against them each other, of course. So I'd say it might just end up as a 1-1, as it does so damn often in those 2-game series.
Okay, well, as we get underway, we'll see the first few bans come out here in the Join Dota League Season 3. We have the Lycan as well as Razor banned out by Fabulous5, while my carry can't be this Kawaii have decided to ban out the Brewmaster as well as the Doombringer, and they first pick that Faceless Void, leaving Fab5 with the follow-up 2 picks. And, you know, they won't get that, like, Skywrath Void combination because obviously Kawaii have picked up the Faceless Void, but they do go ahead and pick up the Skywrath Mage. We'll see what they follow that up with.
Yeah, there's just so many strong heroes in the pool at the moment. And to be honest, thank God that we won't see another Faceless Void Skywrath combination because it's kind of ridiculous to look at. It's just so damn strong and it takes so much skill as well as just coordination to work around just getting Chronosphere and Mystic Flare to death all the time.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a pain in the butt. I'm really starting to itch for that new patch to kind of shake things up a little bit. I'm sure the meta would still end up changing a lot without a patch, but I want my techies, man. I'm waiting for the techies. I'm waiting for the nerf bat to come out and hit a few of these heroes, maybe make some others come to the forefront of the meta. But this Viper pickup from Fab5, that's a very strong mid laner and just overall very tanky hero that can be kind of, I feel, not that bad against Void in the earlier stages of the game, and at least be annoying as long as he's not caught inside that chrono. We'll see Kawaii pick up the Earthshaker follow-up, so most likely a support hero in most cases. Occasionally, at TI it was ran in more of a core position, but beyond that we haven't seen too much experimentation with this hero.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well that it's gonna be a support one. Just the Fisher is such a great tool overall, blocking people off, and if you have the presence of mind to just rotate around early on, especially to help out mid lane, just defend the hero from ganks, depending on, of course, if the hero in your mid lane even needs protection. Maybe is like a Queen of Pain, so can just blink out if need be. But at the moment, we do see Death Prophet banned out by my carry. Just a completely standard ban. That hero is so strong and so popular, but Fabulous5 actually banning out a Weaver.
Yeah, the Weaver ban's a little odd. Not exactly sure why they would ban that out. The Apparition ult as well from Kawaii makes sense. A good counter or pairing with the Faceless Void. And I guess with the Skywrath, though, would leave them without any real stuns, so that is something of a concern. Although I guess if they banned out the Death Prophet, then they would expect that or the Viper to be ran in the safe lane.
Yeah, it might very well be so, and with Weaver, it is hard to pin him down, I guess. Ancient Seal could help out, but if the Weaver gets the Lincolns, Skywrath Mage, you would think that with the Arcane Bolt he can pop the Lincolns so damn easily, but he actually needs the Arcane Bolt to reach the target for the Lincolns to pop, so can't just go like Arcane Bolt into Ancient Seal immediately. But a Troll ban as well, I have no clue, man. I casted Kawaii yesterday, as did you. I didn't see a Troll, did you?
I don't think I saw one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just generally standard mid laners, nothing too crazy out there. So the Troll Warlord, a bit of a perplexing ban. Yeah, he can synergize a little bit with the Faceless Void while using his ultimate during the chrono, but still not a hero I would expect to be banned out. So Fab5, in their second phase, throwing out a few bans that I would consider a little bit less than normal, maybe a little unorthodox. But on Kawaii's end, I mean, they've banned out the Death Prophet and the Apparition, two heroes that are much more commonly banned out and prevalent in this current meta. So I have to say, overall, Kawaii, maybe a little bit smarter with their bans, but both teams have still picked up pretty standard, pretty normal heroes thus far.
Yeah, it's absolutely so. With the Shadow Shaman now, just normal lockdown, getting the Mass Serpent Wards if you get at fast level 6. Or well, level 6 at all, you still really use the Mass Serpent Wards for either Roshan or just going for towers. And Shadow Shaman itself, with just the Hex and the Shackles, is plenty of setup for the Skyrock Mage Mystic Flare. So I don't judge them for going that pick at all, it's just such a great support hero. And I think with the Shadow Shaman and Skyrock Mage, they probably have the two strongest supports in their team now.
Well, and Kawaii pick up a Wind Ranger. So we've seen this hero played a lot more often as like a mid-core. Do you think that's where this Wind Ranger will end up, Couchor?
I do believe they played the game yesterday as an offlane Wind Ranger. They can still put it mid lane quite easily as well. Against Viper, I think she should do rather well there. So I guess that gives them just some flexibility. They can send the Faceless Void offlane if need be. Maybe even pick up something like Clockwork if they really wanted to, although just Clockwork might make his own life miserable against a Skyrock Mage. So can go either way still, I think.
I'm not sure if I'd like a Clockwork in this lineup against Fab5. Even like the Shadow Shaman Centaur can just be annoying heroes that, you know, around the cogs or inside the cogs, something you don't want to deal with. Overall, I liked it. The Shadow Shaman and Centaur are really giving Fab5 a lot of lockdown that they did kind of lack beforehand. Yes, they had a lot of slow and a lot of damage, but they do kind of want to keep their targets in place in order to deal that damage. So far, I'm seeing a lot of great synergy between Fab5's heroes. From the other end, though, Kawaii, they have a lot of DPS potential for sure, and if that Wind Ranger gets like a focus fire on someone inside that Chronosphere, no one's surviving, man. They're all complete history.
Yeah, it can be so devastating, and of course, the focus fire later on in the game gives them some extra pushing power, but they go for a Tinker now. Lots of additional damage, of course, into the Chronosphere. And Fab5 with only one pick left. Now, they don't really have the best option to just counter-pick the Tinker. They can still go for like a safe lane carry being maybe the Spectre or something like that, but man, this Tinker, he can just create so much havoc. And do you think Fab5 with the heroes that they have at the moment are equipped to just deal with him?
They have some ways to deal with him, but yeah, I would like something like a Spectre to come out, something that can help really deal with this Tinker. I wouldn't be surprised if Kawaii banned out that hero as their final ban. It would make this Tinker ridiculously hard to deal with, and this also kind of shows us how Kawaii does want to do these lanes. They're most likely going to put that Tinker mid. Like you said, Kawaii ran Wind Ranger in the off lane. They'll probably go ahead and do that again and just put Faithless Void in the safe lane, leaving one support hero needed for Kawaii. And I have to say, picking up the Tinker this late into the draft, it would have been a little bit better if Fab5 maybe banned it out instead of this like Weaver or the Troll Warlord. But they'll go ahead and ban out the Punda as their final hero, and the Storm Spirit, actually, that's another hero that's decent against the Tinker. You just zip in there and use your Orchid to kind of take him down. So I'm actually okay with the Storm Spirit ban as well.
Yeah, actually the Storm Spirit could have been way more disruptive than a Spectre, especially considering the Fab5, the 4 heroes that they have at the moment, are more mid-game focused than late-game. So Storm Spirit could have just been useful earlier than a Spectre, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. And also, a Storm Spirit would have been really hard to lock down, even with the Chronosphere. Just he can ball lightning away before the Chronosphere even comes out. So really loving that ban at the moment. Fab5 though, banning out the Pug Knight, I'm not too sure if I would have seen Kawaii pick it up. But maybe, I mean, they are Danish teams, and in the chat as well, they said that they scrim against each other so much as it is. So maybe just have some inside info there.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, whenever you get teams that scrim against each other a lot, you'll see a lot more respect bans, maybe somewhat outside the meta or on the edges, more often than not. Just because these teams, they really know each other inside and out. They know which heroes the opposing team are strong with and what they're comfortable with and what they're more likely to run. So unless you kind of see them or cast them almost as much as they scrim, it's kind of hard to really figure out what these specific banned heroes are that may seem a little bit odd or unorthodox, but more, I guess, normal to the teams. Fab5, though, they pick up the Morphling as their final pick. So this looks to be that safe lane carry. He can definitely bring their lineup into the late game. You were saying, Couchor, that a lot of their lineup was more mid-game focused, but with the Morphling picked up, it really looks like they have a nice, well-rounded lineup.
Yeah, and actually Fab5, I casted 2 games of them yesterday, and they ran the Morphling in both of them. First game was a huge success for them. Second game, Morphling, I think he still did pretty damn good as well. So I guess it's kind of their go-to hero now. They ran it in the mid lane in both games as well. And to be honest, they can even like run something like a center war runner safe lane if they want to up against an off lane. I guess Wind Ranger maybe not the best idea, but they can definitely toy around the idea of just going aggressive tri lane with more or less anything they want.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of options for them as far as the laning is concerned. Viper and Morphling have seen a lot of play in the mid lane, but really, we're at a point in Dota where it's just there's so many like possible areas that you can put heroes. Like there's so many different viable things to do, and I believe one of the players from Fnatic, Big Daddy, said like, at this stage anything can work in Dota as long as you execute properly, you have a strategy, a plan, and make things work. So really, we'll have to see where Fab5 wants to put all of their heroes.
Yeah, and at the moment, Kawaii is one player. He's actually in the server, but it shows him as disconnected, and when that happens, usually it's gonna be the gold bug that he actually can't acquire any gold or something like that, that it ticks him down. As in the server or the game treats him as an abandoned player. Oh man.
Huh, I've never actually seen that before, but a little unfortunate. Does that mean we'll be remaking this game?
Yeah, we're not sure yet if that's the case. I've had one similar case happen before, a couple of weeks ago. Just hoping that maybe him reconnecting or disconnecting, reconnecting will just fix it. Oh, man. What's the plan?
I'm going to ask them. What are we going to do, guys? Not sure how to handle the situation. Well,
go when ready, I guess. I'm just hoping that when
Okay.
it's on pots, he doesn't suddenly realize that, oh crap, not getting any gold.
I think he'll realize that.
Oh, man. I guess it maybe is something like the buyback bug that was around for quite a time as well. But I guess we can just go over the lineups now. I'll let you start with whatever team you choose.
Okay, well, since I casted Kawaii yesterday, I'll go ahead and start with them. Over in the Radiant end, we have Jalez heading to the safe lane as the Tinker. I'm actually a fan of safe lane Tinker as well, so happy to see that. But things could change up a little bit. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger will be played in a support role from the look of things, as she has 2 sentry wards on her, and that, of course, will be played by Sai. And then moving over to the mid lane, it will be Supercell on the Nature's Prophet. Off lane, it's going to be Jun on that Faceless Void, and there's a lot of Fab5 heading towards his way, so this could end up being a first blood if one of these Kawaii members aren't careful. But let me go ahead and finally introduce their last member. It will be the stand-in Juicy on the Earthshaker.
Yes, and for Fab5 on the dark side, Kawarza will be playing that center war runner as Kimli takes up the role on the Shadow Shaman. A stand-in Melee on the Skyroth Mage top will be heading towards the mid lane by the looks of it on the Morphling, and the last one for them will be Denden on the Viper. And he actually, yesterday, both me and Mike Loris were like, oh my god, how do you pronounce his name? It's like SMQR Blomst. And today in the lobby actually said that Denden is fine for him.
Denden?
Yes, Denden.
Alright. Well, we'll see Wind Ranger pick up a quick double damage run in the bottom lane. Nothing going to happen with it. Also, I am pleased to note that Faceless Void, he has a gold problem.
Oh,
do you see it as well?
Yes. I mean, I'm not too sure if he's even noticed it himself. Holy crap, man.
I'm going to let him know because I don't want a game played on unfair grounds. So I'm just going to throw that out on him. Maybe it's just, yeah, we have to restart.
Yeah, did it turn out? Holy shit, it is.
Alrighty then. Yeah. Okay, it looks like we'll be restarting this game. Yeah.
Well, as long as the admin is around, it's probably going to be fast at least.
Yep, okay. Well, it looks like we'll be popping out of this game real quick and restarting it, but yeah, good to notice that. Thanks for pointing that out, Coucher. I kept an eye on the goal just because I was a little concerned that this Faceless Void wouldn't be getting any money his way, and that was the case.
Man, sad stuff, but lobby is already up, so shouldn't take too long to be honest. Unless somebody's like, oh, I went eating although the game started. And, oh man, you're a player now. You're a pro player.
Pro player, man. That's me.
Oh wow. Yes, we are in all pick now as well, thank God. I didn't even think about it at all. Yeah. Guys, ready? Pumped up, let's go. Kick plays and go. Yeah.
I think these players just want to go. They want to get this started.
Oh,
I
like
do too,
25
as well.
minutes, give or take.
Well, it's just random bugs. It happens. We're playing a computer game where billions of calculations happen, and sometimes one of them is bound to go wrong. But yeah, AP mode, they'll quickly pick up the heroes, get the same items and such, and go to their lanes and all of that fun stuff.
So third time's the charm.
Uh-oh. We have to remake it again, I think.
Tinker.
What, really?
I heard you in game. I'm not sure if the players can hear us.
Well, I'm hoping it will fix itself once the draft ends or something. Oh man. Oh,
Me too, 'cause
yeah, Gradient picked up a Phoenix, so yes, there we go. Another remake it is.
Yep, I think they realized the same thing we did.
Holy crap, Volvo! Volvo, please, man.
Volvo, please! Come on, man. Let's get this working.
So, I was like, third time usually works out every single time. But not this time, at least. And you've got to stop typing, man. Your keyboard is killing us.
I'm sorry, man. There's nothing happening right now. I wanted to let the Twitch chat know what's happening, what's going on.
You got to type like one letter at a time, softly press it down. Bang, bang. Mechanical keyboards and casting, they do not go well together.
However, mechanical keyboards and gaming, they go together, man. They go together like, I think of the best combination in the world. It's like that.
What would be your best combination?
Like marinara sauce and Parmesan cheese on pasta. Something like that.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with cottage cheese and any meat. Almost.
Scottish cheese and any
cottage
meat.
cheese.
Oh, cottage cheese.
Yes.
Not a fan, I have to say. That's got to be like a European thing.
Oh,
Americans
no,
generally don't do that.
It's just proteins and fat.
Ah. I'm a fan of the
it helps you
protein.
build muscle, man. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't...
Oh my god, we're screwed again. Are you kidding me?
What?
And if we weren't screwed
Really?
before, the team versus pick screwed us over anyway. What?
Okay, well, it looks like we'll be remaking this again.
Yeah, I think it just misclicked, I guess. Oh man.
Alright, well, into game number 5. Wonderful.
Life is hard, man.
Game is hard.
Picking up the right heroes is harder than you might think.
Apparently, man. Apparently.
Oh wow.
I don't know, I'm gonna start, talking some smack to some of these players for being unable to click the right hero in the lobby in all pick.
Well, I don't
Not-
even see a lobby at the moment anymore, so we got that going on for us.
That'll eventually pop up. It's only a matter of time.
I'm just hoping it's not going to be like a 15-minute game now. Although I guess judging by their lineups, it definitely shouldn't be over as fast.
Yeah, unless I guess Fab5 like just went very aggressive in the earlier stages, then I could see it happening.
Might happen indeed. Yes, I wish that one day I can play some Dota again.
Yeah, me too. Because the way this game's going, we're going to be casting this for a very long time.
But to be honest, to me, at least from personal experience, the more pauses, the more weight you have, the shorter the game.
Yeah, the teams, they get a little, you know, they get impatient. They just want to, get things going. Okay. Attempt number 5. Let's see if we actually get everything set up perfectly.
Well, looks like people can't hear us at least. Doesn't look like it. Otherwise, we would be seeing their names pop up at the right side as well.
Yep. I believe we're A-okay.
Tinker.
Come on, pick up the right heroes, man.
Come on. So far, so good. And the last one.
Don't go for a Phoenix, man. Don't you dare.
Yeah, don't you dare. He's trying to remember what hero did
Go
he pick
Shaker.
up. Yeah, Shaker. Yes, we did it. We did it. Everyone's picked their heroes. We're good. We're all good.
And now we just have to wait 44 seconds in the all pick screen.
Yep. Well, that'll be fun.
Well, do you think either team will still try to go for like a rotation into the enemy jungle or something? Try to get a sneaky first blood?
I'm pretty sure that Fab5 is more concerned about just warding up that jungle camp, the ancient camp on the Radiant side that Tinker could potentially stack up. So they'll probably still do that. But Kawaii, if you notice, they were sending their Tinker towards the safe lane, and Fab5 was not aware of that, but they did see the Faceless Void in the off lane. So maybe that changes up things for them. Maybe they'll realize that it's a safe lane Tinker, but you still, especially on the Radiant side, I feel, would expect him to be in that mid lane. And I'm actually wondering if they like switch up anything at all in terms of laning.
Yeah, and what do you actually make of Supercell being on a mid lane Nature's Prophet? It's like definitely not the most common thing, but it's not unheard of either.
Yeah, it happens every now and then. I'm not personally a huge fan of it, but I mean it's viable. You can run it mid if you want to.
Yeah, you definitely can, and at least he has some form of escape mechanism, I guess, although really standing in place trying to TP out isn't the best way to avoid ganks.
Yeah, and it looks like this time around Fab5 are not smoking up as a group of 5, or not smoking, just heading towards the enemy jungle as a group of 5, and trying to do some warding like on the Ancients and whatnot. So, yeah. Everything's just going to be A-okay on both ends. No early first bloods, at least until rune pops up. Maybe if we see like a haste rune, that could happen.
Yeah, haste is such a good rune to get early on. Last time around, Wind Ranger did get the double damage. Would have definitely helped to just harass the center completely out of lane. Especially since center doesn't actually have a stout shield, started with boost of speed instead. But now it was a double damage rune, but on the top side.
Yep. Just over on the Shadow Shaman top lane, and Faceless Void just backing up. He kind of failed in the block on the creeps. One of the melees will be heading ahead of the others, but other than that, everything seems to be A-okay as far as the laning is concerned. Do you want to reintroduce the players, since we kind of had a huge amount of downtime before the game actually started?
I guess we can, and you have the privilege to just start once again.
Alright, Tinker on Kawaii's end, it will be Jelez. Moving over to the support Wind Ranger. That may be doing a little bit of rotating, it will be Psy. And then in that mid lane, it's going to be Supercell on the Nature's Prophet. And second support, it's going to be Juicy on the Earthshaker. I believe he's a stand-in. And finally, lastly, it's Jun on the off-lane Faceless Void, rounding up Kawaii's lineup.
And for Fab5, Gimli will be playing on the Shadow Shaman as stand-in, taking up the role on the safe lane Carry Viper. Amelie, the stand-in, will be playing the Skywrath Mage, top once again on this mid lane Morphling and off lane, taken up by Kovorza on the Centaur, who is struggling a little bit at the moment to just get any levels, but Faceless Void on the counterpart, not doing too much better as it is.
The Centaur just, he keeps faking out using his hoof stomp ability, and he did it for so long that the Wind Ranger actually ended up hitting him with a full power shot, so scaring him away. And actually, I believe gets a second one off as well, so doing a good amount of damage to the Centaur in the earlier stages, and he only has 3 Tengus left, so this bottom lane is pretty much going to be dominated by Kawaii.
Yeah, and the Centaur can go into the jungle to some extent, definitely not the best or fastest one to do it. And of course, Faceless Void, he can't do it at all almost. So that's one reason I like Nature Prophet in the off lane way better or than in the mid lane, just for his ability to kind of recuperate by farming up the jungle a little bit if it's really that bad.
Yeah, that's true. It feels like Kawaii, their lanes, they kind of just adjusted them up based on what they saw from Fab5, but originally I wouldn't have been surprised if they did want to run like that Nature's Prophet in the off lane and Void kind of in the safe, with Tinker in the mid. But still, I mean, as long as the lanes go overall well for them, or at least decent, then they'll be in an okay position.
Yeah, they most likely will. Shushi picks himself up an Invis rune now on Earthshaker. Can actually get the perfect block off on the center. Will he even try, because really can't get the angle for it at the moment, I think.
Alright, and we're going to have our first smoke of the game from Fab5. They're heading towards the mid lane, so it's the Nature's Prophet that will have to be careful. He can teleport away, but beyond that, he's not the fastest character, sitting on 295 movement speed. He's actually picked up 2 Noble Talismans. He'll get slowed down by the concussive shot. Waveform forward from the Morphling. Can they get the shackles on him? Hit him with another shock, but in comes Earthshaker, buying a little bit of time. Is it enough? Nature's Prophet down to 40 health. He's cutting around this Morphling for long enough, but the waveform is there. He'll get the kill, but it looks like the Shadow Shaman does die before the Prophet.
Yeah, that's what they can't bad. I mean, the kill came out in the end, but Morphling also dropping so damn low on both HP and mana, having to use double waveform. His bottle did arrive, and thank God for them that the courier actually didn't die. He took 2 tower hits, survived with like 15 HP, but the Sprout up onto top. The waveform doesn't have enough mana, the power shot off target though. Oh my god, that was a mistake, but I still don't think Morphling can escape. A few more right clicks and... oh wow.
He was out of mana, or at that point, not able to morph fast enough or quickly enough, and yep, on top of that, they still end up getting the kill. Actually, the Skywrath coming in, it looks like they want to get a bit of a revenge onto the Nature's Prophet. We do have the shackles available. The shock follow-up should be able to secure this kill as well, but Earthshaker, he comes in with the fissure. They get the kill on the Skywrath before then. One more hit. They get it. Way forward from the Morphling. Maybe he'll be able to get this Earthshaker. Try to do a little bit of body blocking. A few more right clicks on this Earthshaker. He doesn't have any mana, so it's up to one last waveform, and he gets it. So that will be 2 kills for the Morphling while just trading the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, in the end it somehow worked out for Fab5. I think the Nature Prophet stood around for a little bit too long. I think he could have let the Earthshaker to finish up the Skywrath Mage there as well. But bottom lane, Nature Prophet just trying to scare people off with his TPs. And actually, never mind, he comes pop after all. But, and actually, just Marching Machines. Yeah, Supercell might actually go down in return. Gimli's there, as is Amelie. The Shackles go down, but a nice Fissure once again. And Supercell, can he escape this?
Clutch Fissure keeping him alive, but... oh man, the combination between that level 6 from the Nature's Prophet and the laser from the Tinker, they get the kill. So Kawaii, they are playing with fire with that double-edged sword, but still managing to just slightly come out on top every time. And it's already led them to a 7-3 advantage just 5 minutes into the game. Oh man, this is already very action-packed. We also noticed that the Wind Ranger Sai has rotated towards that mid lane. No doubt to pick up a few levels and just get a little bit of farm.
Yeah, farm never hurts, and actually the last 2 rotations, her power shot did miss. Of course the Skywrath Mage just died before the power shot came out. If he had gotten the power shot under the Shadow Shaman instead, for example in the mid lane, would have been an easy kill without the Nature Prophet dying. And with this, Morphling is actually level 8 compared to level 6 on the Nature Prophet. So that's one good thing going for Fab5. He will get that earlier replicate and the adaptive strike, but now Gimli might be in trouble. Tune hanging around, doesn't have the Chronosphere though.
I know Chrono. Actually, the support levels for Fab5 are pretty darn low. We'll have Nature's Prophet port in, and there's going to be a slow onto the Shadow Shaman. He'll use the shackles on Faceless Void. And, uh-oh, there's some reinforcements coming in as well. One more hit, though, from the Prophet. It's good. Down goes the Shadow Shaman. Now he'll focus onto the Skywrath while the Morphling chases away the Earthshaker. They manage to get the kill there. And will the Skywrath be able to get away, though? No. He will not. Faces Void, Chronos in, and gets the kill there. Oh man, just death. Dude, there are just deaths left and right from both ends.
Yeah, they're just relentless in the action, really. Just so many rotations, especially in the mid lane going on all the time. But bottom lane Tinker, he keeps on farming up 4 points into March of the Machines, but there really aren't any big stacks at all. I mean, this middle camp here is double stacked, but that's about all, I think. No ancient stacks, no nothing. Actually, ancients are double stacked as well, but nothing major really. So Tinker just has to rely on his pure last hitting, which isn't the greatest at the moment, especially compared to Viper being on the tire safe lane. 45 and 10 for the Viper and 33 and 11 only for Tinker.
No, that's true. By the way, I want to point out that Kawaii has been getting some really good levels on their supports. But bottom lane, ultimate out from the center. He is low on health, trying to find a way to escape. He's got that TP ability. Can he escape though in time? No, there'll be the Echo Slam. It finishes the job, takes down the Centaur.
Yeah, Echo Slam this early on, it's definitely worth to use it like that. Otherwise, you're not even gonna get in range probably, thanks to not having the Blink Dagger this early. So all is good, but Ranger Ranger mid lane might be in a lot of trouble, but Kimli, still no boots of speed on the Shadow Shaman. Oh man, he's never gonna get in range for anything.
The supports for Fab5, they're starting to really hurt for levels and experience, man. They need to get something, especially because of how important the level 6 on the supports for Fab5 are. You got a Shadow Shaman, and you have a Skywrath. These guys need their ultimates to really be useful when it comes to these team fights, skirmishes, you know, pushing towers, whatnot. They're so crucial.
Yeah, and they're just falling so far behind at the moment. I mean, they're getting almost doubled by the enemy supports at the moment. At least Centaur is level 6, although the last Stampede was purely used defensively and didn't really help him out in the end. Was close though, but oh man, look at Supercell, Nature's Prophet, 4 Null Talismans. Wow, I didn't even see it before. I mean, even the chat noticed it way before me. I mean, I hovered over him, but that wasn't my focus of attention. What? But top lane TP is coming in. There's the Chronosphere coming out. Then in huge trouble, getting throated up as well. Probably gonna fall down, even the Shackles, just in case to ensure the kill. But yes, what is right, man?
I'm still very, very, very perplexed by the 4 no talisman build on Nature's Prophet. I think I heard about this once. I thought it was a troll, but well, we're seeing it this game from the Nature's Prophet, and he's dealing like 130 damage per hit. They're going to go on the Shadow Shaman, follow up with from the Fissure, but he's a-okay. But Shadow Shaman does need to be careful. This top lane getting pretty darn low as far as the tower health is concerned, but we'll see the Centaur Stampede ultimate. He gets stuck inside the trees. A little bit of damage onto the Prophet, but nice double Fissure, hitting both the Skywrath and the Viper. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. This Earthshaker, he will fall. Nature's Prophet ports away back in time, so when all is said and done, they only end up losing 1 member.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't too bad. I mean, losing Earthshaker, and maybe, just maybe, Nature Prophet, had he not had 4 Null Talismans, maybe would have gone down to the double H and a few right clicks. Oh man, and actually Earthshaker as well has himself a Bracer, just not going for Soul Ring, not going for Arcane Boots, just Magic Wand Bracers.
Yeah, the item builds this game are definitely non-standard. I'm curious to see if this Nature's Prophet like builds into a Dagon or something with one of those no talismans. I'm curious, man. What do you plan on doing with these? Are they just for pure stats now, or are you going to do something with them later on?
Well, at the moment it sure feels like he wants to get Orchid, having that 1 robe of Magi. So after that, actually, is it gonna be an Orchid?
Fissure. Centauri got hit on the other side of the Fissure. We'll have some rockets to come out in a very nice Shackle follow-up as well. Do we have an ultimate from the Earthshaker? Yes, we do. They're able to finish off the Viper, also getting a kill onto the Centaur. The support's low on health, getting hit with some rocket spam. And the Fissure will connect onto Shadow Shaman. Is it enough, though? Shackle shot latches on.
What? That Shackle was just sick, and oh, the Shackle's on the
Yes, it's Chrono, but there we go. Power shot to finish the job, and Faceless Void even survives. They get the Skywrath Mage on the back end of this. Another onto the Morphling. Can he escape fast enough? Another Shackle, but not really connecting with anything else. The Morphling, he's low on health, but he will survive.
And it looks like he even wants to go aggressive. Maybe he has enough for 1 waveform. Completely playing with fire, although both Yushi as well as Sai are completely out of mana. But that Shackle shot from the Wind Ranger, I have no idea how he got the angle, but Gimli might be in trouble. He's taking Mrs. Laser. No, he backs off for the timing, but Sai, he's still around, wants to go for the Morphling. And a couple of heat-seeking missiles might just do the job, to be honest.
Yeah, they could. Windranger does have mana boots on her, though, so that will help out in the long run, but for now, she just used them. She's out of mana. The Earthshaker's out of mana. They need to, you know, find a little bit of resources, kind of, you know, regroup, and make something happen from the later stages. Centaur will head towards the mid lane, and an Nature's Prophet was pushing that middle tower, but for now, he'll just back off into the jungle, so he's A-okay. Looking at Viper down in the bottom lane, it's 12 minutes. We still don't see a mech on him, but he should have that within the next minute or two. Just 100 gold away, already has the headdress and buckler. So we should see a little bit more team fighting from Fab5 in the future. And what's so funny, Couchshar?
Supercell, he went for a blade mail, man.
What? What? What?
Holy crap.
They don't even have they have the Tinkers on their team.
Oh,
Alright, well they will get it.
Top.
Onto Morphling. His waveform is on cooldown. There will be the ultimate as well from the NP. But no follow-up, no fissure. And the Morphling's A-okay.
Oh wow, I mean, Blade Mail, I guess against Double Edge, against Skyriff Mage, it's great in theory, because if you Mystic Flares, you activate the Blade Mail and Skyriff Mage just more or less kills himself instead. Maybe trying to dodge waveforms or just getting some return damage, but definitely not the go-to item. Although, he doesn't really have to rely too much on himself being like the carry, since they have the Faceless Void as well as the Tinker to help out.
Yeah, Rocket Spam, they tried the call up the Shadow Shaman, just an illusion though. Morphling, brought down pretty low. We'll have a Shackles Wall onto the Prophet, but that Blade Mail, I guess, keeping him alive for a little bit longer. He is just very darn tanky, but one last hit from the tower! Down he will go, but on the other side, they've gotten the Skywrath as well as the Shadow Shaman looking to go after the Morphling. He is so low on health. One more hit will do it. They use the Echo Slam just to confirm that kill. Now with Shackle Shut onto the Centaur Warrunner. He's being brought down extremely low. The mech keeping him alive for a little bit longer, but it's not enough. And this Viper will be forced to run away as well. They have taken down the Nature's Prophet, but lost a lot from Fab5's end. And now it's 19 to 18 in Kawaii's corner. And it's just hitting the 14-minute mark. They're looking to get the tier 1 tower in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, it's kind of spiraling out of control if you just take a look at the graphs already. It's about a 6,000 gold lead for Kawaii as well as a 6,000 XP. After this tower, it's going to update even more as far as gold is concerned. So they're looking extremely strong. And Supercell now, he's picked himself up a Gloves of Haste. Are we going to see Maelstrom or maybe an Armlet even in this game?
I mean, he is going for a lot of health. He has his power trades popped up the strength, so, I mean, anything is possible. Couchshar, you could see an armlet on the sky. I would like to see an Ethereal Blade on the Centaur Warrunner as well, just to keep the item builds kind of crazy even from both ends. Looking the bottom lane, though, we could have a little bit of an engagement. Faceless forward, though he backs away. His Chrono's on cooldown as well, so nothing will end up happening there. But top lane, that's not the case. Centaur, can he teleport away in time? It's close. He gets away with just under 200 health.
Yeah, really clutch escape, although Centaur is just so damn tanky. Stout Shield, Tranquil Boots for some extra armor. And, well, does make it out. Thankfully for Fab5, they're really not in a position to give away any freebies at this point in time. And Kawaii now, they have their own mech as Sai on the Windranger. Even as a support Windranger, only got it like what, 2.5 minutes later than the Viper on Fab5, which was farming up the safe lane.
Yeah, well, check out the score. If we look at Viper, he's 1-2-2, while this Windranger is 4-0-6 as far as KDA goes. So Windranger has been having a pretty excellent game. They also gave her a little bit of farm in the earlier stages at that mid lane when Nature's Prophet was away or in the jungle or something. So I'm not entirely surprised by the timing.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad, and if you're looking at the kill, deaths, assist, KDA as well, the Nature's Prophet, he's been a part of 18 of the 19 kills that their team has, so just extremely aggressive. And if you're running a mid lane Nature's Prophet, that's exactly what you take it for as well. Get the guaranteed levels, get the early points into teleport, and just start being so damn active on the map. And well done by him. Yes, he's died 5 times himself as well, but just creating space. And now the Gloves of Haste are going to be made into a Maelstrom.
Oh, I was just going to mention that. Earthshaker has picked up his Blink Dagger as well. We do have a smoke in the mid lane from the Skywrath. He is not level 6 yet. What the heck? It's 16 minutes in and we still don't have a level 16 Skywrath. Even Shadow Shaman's at level 16, but still, that's a lot of trouble for the Earthshaker. He's silenced up. Wave forward from the Morphling with the Adaptive Strike. They take him down. Look at that Nature's Prophet ultimate, though, doing absolute work. And also looks like Centaur. Yeah, Centaur died during that fight as well. I heard the double edge go off, but he died to the 3-man hit squad from Kawaii in the bottom lane. They should get the tier 1 tower behind this as well. Just too much March spam as well as Treants. And the tower, last hit, will go to Supercell on that Prophet.
They're just getting so much gold. I mean, the Tinker, 70 minutes in, Boost of Travels, Blink Dagger, Soul Ring, Bottle, and a Dagon level 1 as well. There's just absolutely sick amounts of farm. I mean, he is 3,000 almost ahead of the Morphling, which is the highest farmer on Fab5. And whenever a Tinker is number 1 in net worth in any game, that's already trouble.
And we haven't even discussed how early it is in the game for a Tinker to have this kind of advantage. It's 17.5 minutes into the game. Tinker, his net worth is 9,700 at this point. It's a scary position to be. Prophet's trailing behind him as well. He just finished up his Maelstrom, so he's doing a really good amount of damage. You can't really 1v1 this guy. Even if you're Centaur or the Morphling, I don't really see it happening. They need the 2v1 him. That does look to be the case. Centaur with the Morphling. Stampede off cooldown in 1 second. He can come forward here. Can we see the Blade Mail activate in time? Uses the ultimate, activates the Blade Mail as well. Waveform going forward as well. But holy crap, this Nature's Prophet doing out a lot of damage. He kills off the Shadow Shaman. Still dies though inside the wards.
He lived unfortunate, but he almost got 2 kills, although he was the one getting ganked. So just that kind of tells the story how this is going. And Chu in mid lane, he's ready with his Chronosphere, has the Mask of Madness there as well. Sai comes in to help out with the push a little bit. And Fab5, I mean the Centaur, he's still 1,000 gold away from getting his Blink Dagger 18 minutes into the game. But at least Sky of Mage is finally level 6.
Yeah, that's one positive for Fab5. They could have used that about 10 minutes ago, maybe a little bit less than 10, but at least they have it now. Faces Void, he chronos forward, uses the Mask of Madness, and immediately runs away, realizing he's not going to find a good chrono.
Yes. At least he got away. I was totally expecting... Oh, top going for the TP out as well. I mean, he sees Nature's Prophet and he's like, oh crap, got to escape. But mid lane,
chrono mid lane though. Shadow Shaman, he is not surviving this one. Nice Fisher onto the Viper as well. Can he activate the mech? He does, and throws out the Viper Strike onto the Faceless Void. But he is backtracking a lot of damage. Out comes the Mystic Flare. Hits the Earthshaker, does a bit of damage still, though. The Viper finished off by that Wind Ranger with the power shot. And it's looking to be an absolute disaster for Fab5. They're down 3 members. They've taken down nobody on Kawaii. And this mid lane looking like a good get taken out, but the action's not over as Morphling, he is getting man-moded by this Earthshaker, and he'll go down with, I guess, the help of Nature's Prophet as well, before he can do any real damage. Couchshore, it's starting to look like that point of no return for Fab5.
Yeah, man, Whiplash, you're a mind reader, man. You're psychic or something, because that's exactly what I was thinking as well. I was wanting to say, like, Fab5, they're just probably about to call GG any minute now. Maybe they just have one more good fight in them or something.
They get a deny on the tier 2 mid tower at least. So that is they got that going for them, but then you have the Dagon 3 going for the Tinker from Kawaii. So who really cares?
Yeah, I mean, Kawaii, 20 minutes in, having a 14,000 gold lead as well as a 14k XP lead on top of that. It's just, I don't know the stats from just randomly. I'm not gonna say 100% that there has never been a team to come back this early on from such a deficit, but if there hasn't been a team, there probably haven't been many at least.
It's not looking too good for Fab5. Their lineup late game even, it's like, I mean, you're fighting against a Faceless Void, a Nature's Prophet, a Tinker, and then the core, the non-cores, the supports, the Wind Ranger, who's had an excellent game, 7-0 and 7, and the Earthshaker that already has his Blink Dagger and a ridiculous amount of assists to his name. He's even picked up Arcane Boots as well. So top lane though, they're going to have a go on the Morphling, but he quickly just gets the hell out of there using that Replicate.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about Kawaii.
Oh, Nature's Prop, though.
Oh, man.
He ports in. He'll get stunned for a second. He'll still survive, though. They can't catch up with him.
Yeah, and actually, when you have more strength than agility and a morphling, the adaptive strike, the stun should be 3 seconds. And yeah, 3 seconds it is indeed. So, thanks to him being morphed up for so much strength. I mean, the stun, it was a thing discussed a long time ago. Whether a support morphling can be legit, just go for adaptive strike and have the long duration stun. But nobody's really tried it.
Support morphling, man. That's the way to go. By the way, I've seen a few support gyrocopters in some games I've played recently. They're not pro games, but interesting thing to think about.
You mean it's not too bad? And oh, blink out, Yushi, he's just playing on the edge.
Ooh. That's Kawaii, man. They've been playing on the edge this entire game, but getting the upper end of it pretty much every time has led them to a 26-10 advantage as far as kills are concerned. And Lane, though, they want to go onto this morphing. He uses Waveform, and I don't think he's going to survive this one. They bring down the Tinker low on health, throws out the Dagon. There, we'll see a double Chronosphere. They take down the Skywrath. Shadow Shaman stuck in there as well. The mech is used, but not enough to keep him alive, and all of a sudden, the Viper hit with the power shot in addition to the shackle. He will not be surviving this, and down he goes. It's a 3-0, a 4-1, as with the Tinker and the Morphling fall at the end of the day. It's turning into an absolute disaster for Fab5. It really is the point of no return. The bottom tower at the tier, as far as tier 2 is concerned, will fall behind this, and it may be Roche season.
Yeah, this GG call now as well, and I have to say this Wind Ranger, she's been playing so sick, I mean, landing so many shackle shots, and just now on the Viper, she just used the Force Staff to get the angle, to get that shackle shot onto the last remaining Radiant creep, or the Dire creep rather.
Yeah, some really sick shackle shots from that Wind Ranger in general, so congratulations to my carry can't be this Kawaii. They'd win the game 23 minutes into the match, 30-11 over Fabulous 5, and they did play very aggressive, very kind of on the edge. But when all said and done, they pretty much dismantled the competition.
Indeed they did, and well, it is a 2-game series after all though, so Fabulous 5, they definitely have a chance to just kind of come back stronger in the second game if they can just, I don't know, draft a little bit better. The draft was solid though, they just got out-executed, so just get the fresh mindset, I guess, coming into game 2, which we'll be heading to, guys. So stick around if you want to see some more Danish Dota action, and see you in game 2.